Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Let's Talk Politics. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 3 closest states to look for or to watch at in the 2024 presidential election. So basically, I'm going to be predicting which states out of all 50 will be the top 3 closest in the 2024 presidential election. So basically, we're going to be using this map to fill out to highlight the top 3 closest states in my opinion. So basically, this map is my 2024 presidential election prediction. Like I said, we're going to be using this map to not show my prediction, but to highlight the states in yellow, the top 3 that I think will be the closest. So let me give you guys a little hint. So I think one state that will be in the top 3 closest will be in the Rust Belt, one of these Rust Belt states, and the other 2 top 3 closest I think will be in the somewhere in the Sun Belt. So that's a big hint. So let me know, with that hint, let me know what you think those states, my top 3 closest are with those hints. And also let me know, what are your top 3 closest states to look for or watch for in the 2024 presidential election between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and having Donald Trump, having Ron DeSantis as Donald Trump's vice president, which I do think will happen, which is a good chance. So the top 3 closest states in 2024, in my opinion, will be, like I said, let me know your top 3 closest states will be Arizona, Georgia, and Wisconsin. So those are my top 3 closest states to look for in the 2024 presidential election. I think these 3 states will be the most closest out of all of 50 states. So basically, in the last election, 2020, in the 2020 presidential election, Wisconsin was won by Joe Biden, by 0.7%, I believe, which is less than 1%, a little bit less than 1%, which is very close. Which is one thing, why I think it'll be close. One of the closest, because top 3, because it was in 2020, which is one reason. And Arizona was won by. Arizona, I think, was the second closest state in 2020, which is another reason, just like Wisconsin. And by the way, most of these states, all these 3 states, were close in 2020, by the way, which is a great reason why I think they will be close, the top 3 closest in 2020. And also, there were a little bit more closer states in 2020, but these were the top 3 in my opinion. So, and Arizona was won by Joe Biden by 0.4%, I'm pretty sure. And Georgia was the closest. Georgia was the closest state out of all 50 states in 20, not the top 3 or top 5. Georgia was the closest in 2020. It was won by Joe Biden just by 0.3%. Yeah, that is extremely close. Which was the closest. So Georgia was the closest. So it's obviously 100% going to be in the top 3 because it was the closest state in 2020, which is pretty obvious. So yeah, these are my 3 top closest states. And like I said, let me know your top 3 closest states. And I think Wisconsin, voters had really hard, especially the working class, the blue collar voters, had very hard decisions voting, and they switched to Joe Biden from Trump in 2016, and yeah, if Wisconsin voters, I heard they had a tough time voting and deciding, and it was really close in Wisconsin. Some voters, I think a good amount was undecided that went to Biden at the end of the day. It has been undecided for a long time until 2020, until the election. They were undecided until the election. So yeah, a lot of Wisconsin voters who ended up voting for Joe Biden, some of them, which is a pretty good amount, ended up voting for Biden, but very slightly. So it was very close for voters in Wisconsin. They were very undecided and split. But at the end of the day, the edge went to Joe Biden just by a little bit, which is why I think it will be close. And it also was close in 2020. And now Arizona. Yeah, like I said, voters had, tough decisions, but also I think, yeah, Arizona is just like Wisconsin, and now Georgia. I think Georgia which made Georgia went blue is because of BLM, mainly, which they got the Black African American vote turnout to go high, skyrocket, and yeah, that's a whole different story though. Georgia, that's the main reason why it became close. So yeah, Georgia was the closest state because of BLM. So yeah, these are the top three closest states in my opinion to look for in the 2020 presidential election. And out of these 2024 presidential election, sorry. And now out of these 3 states, I think 2 of them will go to I think 2 of them will go to Donald Trump, while 1 will remain in Joe Biden's column. And I think Arizona, both Arizona and Georgia will go to Donald Trump with slim margins in 2024, while Wisconsin will remain for Joe Biden in 2024. So, yeah, 2 out of the 3 closest states to look for in 2024 will go to Donald Trump, while 1 out of the 3 will go to Joe Biden, which is only Wisconsin. So the whole Rust Belt, in my opinion, for 2024 will go to Joe Biden, and most of the Sun Belt will go to Donald Trump. So I think Donald Trump will flip 2 states in 2024, but still will lose the election. I think Donald Trump will end up with 262 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 276. I think 2024 will be one of the closest races ever in U.S. history. Obviously, not the closest, because the closest is a tie with George W. Bush and Al Gore. So, yeah, it's obviously not going to be the closest race, but I think it's going to be one of the closest. Maybe top 10 or something like that. I'm not sure. But, yeah, 2 out of the 3 closest states will go to Donald Trump, in my opinion, and 1 out of the 3 closest states will go to Joe Biden. And I think Arizona will go to Donald Trump by 0.3 to 0.4%, somewhere around there. And in Georgia, I think it will go to Donald Trump by 0.3. And then in Wisconsin, I think it will go to Joe Biden by 0.4. So all of these, literally all of the top 3 states will go to both candidates by 0.3 to 0.4, because Arizona will go to Joe Biden by 0.3, like I just mentioned, or 0.3 to 0.4, somewhere like that. In Georgia, 0.3, and in Wisconsin, 0.4. So, yeah. So basically 0.5 and less, in my opinion, for all the top 3 closest states. So I think 2024 will be closer than 2020, but at this point I have a slim Biden victory. So let me know down in the comment section, like I mentioned earlier, what are your top 3 closest states? Mine are Arizona, Georgia, and Wisconsin, and out of the top 3, I have 2 out of the 3 going to Donald Trump, and 1 out of the 3 going to Joe Biden for the closest. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed it.